Hi, everyone. Welcome to Storytime. My name is Miss Jen, and we are so excited to have you here to listen to stories and sing some songs and have fun while we learn things. Today, we are going to be talking about the letter C. What do you know about the letter C? Do you know that it makes a sound like k, k, k? And sometimes, if you put other letters with it, like an H, it could make a sound like ch, ch, ch. What? Like choo choo. And sometimes it can even make a sound like s, like celery, and some things like that. Anyway, C's are very exciting letters, and we're going to hear all about them today. Okay? But first, it's always nice and polite to say hello to your friends. So get out your waving hands and your pointer fingers and sing along with me. You ready? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you this morning? I am fine and I hope you are too. I am fine and I hope you are too. I am fine and I hope you are too. Hope you are too this morning. Reach up high and wave your hands. Reach up high and wave your hands. Reach up high and wave your hands. Wave your hands this morning. Bend right over and touch your toes. Bend right over and touch your toes. Bend right over and touch your toes. Touch your toes this morning. Now we're ready to have some fun. Now we're ready to have some fun. Now we're ready to have some fun. It's story time this morning. Good job. So nice and polite to your friends. Okay, so let's talk about C. The letter C looks like this. This is the capital C. This is what you're going to see at the beginning of somebody's name. It's what you're going to see at the beginning of a sentence where you put a lot of words together. And it looks like this. The lowercase or the smaller c looks a lot like it, only smaller. And this is what you're going to see like in the middle of a word or not at the beginning of a sentence whenever you have a lowercase letter. Can you use your finger, this finger, in the air and draw a letter C? I don't know which direction is right for you, but draw a letter C in the air. Good job. That's really good. Okay, let's look at some pictures that might have some words that start with C, and let's see if you can figure those out with me. This one is a delicious word. What is this? It's all spongy and it has frosting and sprinkles on it. What is this? It's a cupcake. Cupcakes are delicious and they start with C. And they have a little C in the middle of the word too. What about this? What is this? It's a car. Car starts with a C. What about, this one's a little tricky. What about this? What's in that bowl that you might have for breakfast or sometimes you even have it for other meals? What is that? Cereal. Good job. Cereal starts with a C. It makes the s sound. I think you'll see one of these in one of our stories later. What is this? It's a cat. Cat. Good job. Now, this one might be a little tricky. What's this guy? He lives in the desert. He has humps on his back, 4 legs, and a tail. What's this guy? It's a camel. Camel. Good job. That one was a little tricky. Very nice. Let's see what else. Let's see what other kind of C words we're going to see in the rest of our books. Our first book today is called Crabby Crab. Crab. What do you know about crabs? They live near water and they have claws that go snap, snap, snap instead of fingers. Let's see what's going on with this Crabby Crab. Sometimes crabby means cranky and grouchy, right? This book is by Chris Rashka. Crabby Crab has 2 powerful claws. He wants fingers instead. Oh. Crabby Crab has 8 beautiful legs. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beautiful legs. He says they're ridiculous. That's so sad. Crabby Crab only walks sideways. Did you know that crabs only walk sideways? It's true. Crabby Crab wants to walk straight ahead. Crabby Crab, we love you just the way you are. Even when you're crabby. Oh. Don't you want people to say that to you sometimes? Like when you're really grouchy, a little cranky. Sometimes it's nice to hear that you're loved just the way you are. Even when you're cranky about all the cool ways that you are. Silly Crabby Crab. So cute. All right. Our next book is called Shorty and Clem. Now, neither of these things start with a C. This, Clem, is a bird. That starts with a B. And what's Shorty? Shorty's a T-Rex. He's a dinosaur. Neither of those things start with a C. But sometimes people have names that start with a C. Like Clem. Maybe your name is Christopher. Christopher starts with a C. Or Clara starts with a C. Or Cody starts with a C. Yeah. So Clem is his name. And Clem is where we get our C. This is by Michael Slack. Let's see what these two are up to. I'll be back. Ooh, what does he see? What is this? He thinks, could it be an egg? Could it be a robot? Could it be cheese? Wow. It's a package, and it's for me. But the package says, to Clem, number 3 Hedge, Sagebrush Road. So is that for Shorty or is that for Clem? It is not for me. It is for Clem. Maybe there's a race car inside. Nope, this is not mine, and I should not open it, but I will drive it. Vroom, 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 screech, crash. It's bouncy. Maybe there's a trampoline inside. I will not open Clem's package. But I will jump on it. Woohoo! Thump, thump, thumpity thump. Whoa, there must be bongos inside. Bongos are drums. Clem would be mad if I opened his package, but I will play it. Boom, bada, boom, bada, bada, boom, bada, boom. I hear monkeys inside. Race car, trampoline, bongos, monkeys? Here I come, monkeys. Thud, thud, thud. What is he doing? Oh my goodness. I was right. There were monkeys in Clem's package. What kind of monkeys? They're monkey slippers. I opened Clem's package. He's going to be so mad. I'm back. Shorty, where are you? He's in there. There you are. What's wrong? There was a package for you and I opened it. I'm sorry. You opened my package? A package addressed to me? with my name on it? Were those in my package? I just have one thing to say. Happy birthday! What? I knew you would open the package. I know how much you love monkeys. Look at that. Not as much as I love you. Oh, look at that. That's so funny. Should you open other people's presents, other people's mail that comes to them? No. But I guess Clem knew that Shorty just couldn't help himself. I guess that's what good friends do, huh? Okay, I have a rhyme for us to do today that's all about climbing. Climbing, that's a C word. We're going to climb into a rocket ship, and then we're going to hurry up and get ready, and we're going to put on our helmet, and we're going to buckle up tight, and then we're going to count down from 10 and blast off. You ready? Okay. Climb aboard the spaceship, we're going to the moon. Hurry and get ready, we're gonna blast off soon. Put on your helmet and buckle up tight. Here comes the countdown, let's count with all our might. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Good job. Let's do it again, and this time we'll count down a little bit faster. Did you also notice that count, the word count, has a C in it? It's everywhere. We'll count down a little bit faster, and when you blast off, you can jump up if you want to. I can't, because then you wouldn't be able to see me. You ready? Here we go. Climb aboard the spaceship, we're going to the moon. Hurry and get ready, we're gonna blast off soon. Put on your helmet and buckle up tight. Here comes the countdown, let's count with all our might. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Whew. Did you land okay? Blasting off is pretty intense. Good job, everyone. Let's talk about this next book. It's called Mr. Watson's Chickens. Remember when we talked about when you add an H to a C, it goes ch. Chickens starts with a C. And this is by Jarrett Dapier and Andrea Sarumi. That's a lot of chickens. I mean, like, really a lot of chickens. Here we go. Mr. Watson lived with Mr. Nelson in a big honking house with a teeny tiny yard in a big honking city. And in that teeny tiny yard, he kept 2 dogs, 3 cats, and a handful of chickens. Mr. Watson loved his chickens, and his chickens loved him. He started, like any sensible person, with 3. And every morning, he and Mr. Nelson would count them. 1, 2, 3. But soon, Mr. Watson's chicken collection grew and grew and grew. Look at that. Before they knew it, Mr. Watson had 456 chickens. Friends, that's too many chickens. My gosh. Oh no. Their house was teeming with birds. I don't know if you can even tell how many chickens are in that house. My gosh. Chickens in the sink, chickens on the bed, chickens in the bread box, chickens on their heads. There were even chickens in the bathtub. And the noise, the house shook with it. Aunt Agnes, this chicken right here, Aunt Agnes, made up her own song. Shooby-doo, wonky-pow, baka-baka, and chow-chow. And she sang it all the time. All the time. Still, Mr. Nelson loved to cook eggs for Mr. Watson, so he was happy with this arrangement. Until he found 4 chickens in his brand new boots. Mr. Watson, these chickens are becoming a problem, cried Mr. Nelson. You're right, Mr. Watson said, and he sat down to think of what to do. The next day, Mr. Nelson found feathers in his hair gel. Mr. Watson, cried Mr. Nelson, these chickens are a problem. You're right, Mr. Watson said, and he sat down to think of what to do. Late that night, Aunt Agnes led the other chickens in a full choral rendition of her favorite song. Shooby-doo, wonky-pow, baka-baka into chow-chow. It was too much. Mr. Watson, Mr. Nelson cried, these chickens are more than a problem. If you don't get rid of them, I'm moving to the coop out back, alone. Mr. Watson loved his chickens, but he loved Mr. Nelson more. Without Mr. Nelson, his heart would be a broken egg. So the next day, the 2 men gathered up the chickens in cages, boxes, and crates. Look at all of that. They loaded them onto wagons all tied together in a line and set off for the county fair to find the chicks a loving home. But just as they reached their destination, Mr. Watson tripped. All the chickens were gone. No, Mr. Watson wailed. How will we ever find them all? Now the whole city will be littered with chickens. Sure enough. Whose chickens are these? The pickle slinger cried. 10 chickens bobbed in the pickle tubs. Oh my gosh. That'll be me, said Mr. Watson with a 1, 2, 3 as he moseyed over to collect up his chickens. Whose chickens are these? The cheesemonger cried. 20 chickens were feather deep in their cheese. That'll be me, said Mr. Watson with a 1, 2, 3 as he sidled over to collect up his chickens. Whose chickens are these? The nut hawker howled. 30 chickens waited in his bins. That'll be me, whispered Mr. Watson with a 1, 2, 3 as he skulked over to collect up his chickens. At long last, Mr. Watson and Mr. Nelson collected every single chicken, all except one. Where was the final chicken? This is going to be really hard to see at home, but if you have this book at home, you can search for a really long time to find the last chicken. Shooby-doo, wonky-pow, baka-baka into chow-chow. The other chickens joined Aunt Agnes, who was the last chicken, singing on stage. Shooby-doo, wonky-pow, baka-baka into chow-chow. The crowd went wild. They'd never heard such a beautiful song. Just then, an official-looking lady bellowed, "Quiet! Those chickens still up for adoption, bub?" she asked. "I'll take them all." "All?" gasped Mr. Watson. "All! I've been looking for a new act for the fair. A big honking chicken choir is just what I need." "Done!" cried Mr. Watson. That night, Mr. Watson and Mr. Nelson ate supper, and there were no chickens in their soup. They brushed their teeth, and there were no chickens in the sink. They got ready for bed, and there were no chickens in their pajamas. But Mr. Watson felt sad without his chickens, and Mr. Nelson did too. Now their house was an empty nest. Or was it? Crack, crack, crack. Shooby-doo, monkey-pow, baka-baka into chow-chow. It begins again. 1, 2, 3. The end. Do you think it's going to happen again? Do you think Mr. Watson and Mr. Nelson are going to turn those 3 chickens into 456 chickens again? Oh my goodness. I hope not for their sake. Wow. Okay. I have another song for us to do, and it's going to involve clapping, and there are going to be times when we have to wait. It's like a freeze song. So it's called Can't Wait to Celebrate. There are lots of C's in that title, huh? Can't wait to celebrate, and we're going to clap, and we're going to wait. Anytime he says wait, we're going to wait and not clap. you ready? I think there's lots of other things for us to do too. Let's see.
You know, it's so much fun to clap, but sometimes it's hard to wait. We clap our hands when we get together, clap our hands to celebrate. Clap our hands when we get together, my friends, and I can hardly wait. To stamp our feet when we get together, stamp our feet to celebrate. Stamp our feet when we get together, my friends, and I can hardly wait. To wave hello when we get together, wave hello to celebrate. Wave hello when we get together, my friends, and I can hardly wait. To bounce up and down when we get together, bounce up and down to celebrate. Bounce up and down when we get together, my friends, and I can hardly wait.
It's so hard to wait. Oh no!
To clap our hands when we get together, clap our hands to celebrate. Clap our hands when we get together, my friends, and I can hardly wait.
Good job! Could you do it? Some of those waits were really long. Waiting is hard. Also, did you notice that the word clap has a C in it? Those words are everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, our last story today is called Original Cat, Copycat. Original Cat, Copycat by Sarah Kerpeel. Let's see what happens. Pineapple had always been the only cat. He had a comfortable life and a sweet routine. Look at all the things he does all day. He has his breakfast, he hangs out in the window, he plays with his toys and with his other toys, he has dinner, he has cuddles, and he has more playtime. Until he was not the only cat anymore. Look, there's another cat. Kiwi was fast. Kiwi was loud. Kiwi was exhausting. Everywhere Pineapple went, Kiwi went too. Followed him everywhere. Everything Pineapple did, Kiwi did too. Every spot Pineapple loved, Kiwi loved too. Kiwi got Pineapple's spot. One day, enough was enough. Kiwi zoomed out of sight. Finally, Pineapple could get back to his comfortable life. But his sweet routine had soured. The house grew quieter and quieter. Too quiet. Pineapple started to worry. He searched under and over, in bright places and dark, dusty places, under the bed, until he saw a small striped tail. Was Kiwi stuck? Pineapple went in to check. Kiwi was not stuck. Next, Kiwi leaped onto the railing. What if he slipped? Pineapple hopped up to keep an eye on him. Kiwi did not slip. And when Kiwi disappeared, Pineapple worried he might get lost. Look, he's disappearing up into the attic. So he crept in too. Kiwi was not lost. He was on an adventure. Pineapple had never seen the world like this before. From then on, everything Kiwi did, Pineapple did too. Or was it the other way around? Maybe they were both copycats. Your guess is as good as mine. They both have the same spot now. The end. I like that. Does anybody Was anybody an only child and then maybe you got a brother or a sister and they like followed you everywhere and wanted to do all the stuff you did? I think that's how pineapple feels. Yeah. Well, that is all the letter C goodness I have for you today. We heard a lot of C words and saw a lot of stories that had C words in them and heard lots of C sounds. I wonder what kind of C words and C sounds you can find outside in your world today. What do you think? I would love to know. Before we go, let's sing our goodbye song and let's use our signs. This is our sign for more, our sign for together. We're going to put our thumbs together and go in a circle. Our signs for happy and our signs for friends. We're going to take our fingers and make them friends and do it the other way. Here we go. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I'm happier because I got to hang out with you today. Who wouldn't be happy about that? Have a great week and we'll see you next Wednesday at 10:30. Bye.